sends out the probe bet. When you get raised, you have to wonder whether your fairly weak kicker, the jack, is good. Francis is called. To the turn. 9 of hearts. That makes no difference.
All in.
Francis checks without hesitation. Sebastian moves all in.
Button. C8 moved all in.
Sebastian has another 18,000 chips. Francis has left himself a tough spot. I think if you're Francis, you bet, you got raised, now you check, now he's moved all in. Sebastian put in a re-raise pre-flop. You give him credit for a hand. The likelihood that he's bluffing
Called.
is not great.
Called all in. Table 1.
Francis is going to make the call.
Seat 8 is all in. Seat 7 is called.
He's looking at 3 outs. He needs the jack on the river. You can see his disappointment. You can see his annoyance at himself. Anytime in no limit, if you find yourself hoping that the opponent has a worst hand, stop and give it some thought. If you find yourself going, oh, I hope he's bluffing, stop and give it some thought. Sebastian wins the hand. It doesn't bust Francis, but Francis started the day in 4th chip position, and he is now fairly short stacked. Sebastian, who started the day in 5th chip position, is now going to be right up among the leaders. Sebastian Riviere from Sweden. Big pot for Sebastian. He's going to be right up now at the top of the pack. And Francis is closer to the felt. 90% of the field won their way here. The trip, the airfare, the accommodation, the entry fee at partypoker.com. 10% of the field paid their own way. King, Cowboys. Broke back for Glenn Blankenship in seat 1.
Raise to 1,600.
Glenn puts in the minimum raise. He makes it 1,600 to go. Toronto David Matthew is going to give that some thought. He will fold to David Winters with pocket 9s.
35.
Raise to 35.
He re-raises and makes it 3,500 to go. Francis in the small blind folds. We got pocket 4s for Sebastian Riviere in the big blind. He makes the call. Back to Glenn Blankenship with kings.
Did I get a round of applause for my cheering crew? $10,000.
He's going to move it all in.
Did I? Didn't even hear it.
Good play. You've got what is probably the best hand. The only hand in the deck you fear is aces. Glenn Blankenship's getting short stacked. He started the day near the bottom of the pack. He started the day with under 18,000 chips. David Winters wants to know how big the bet is. David faces a call of 15,700. And there's about 25,000 chips in the pot. He's in a tough spot. If he puts... He makes the call. Makes the call. Tough spot. If he puts...
All in a call on table 1.
If he puts his opponent on 2 overcards, he has to call. If he puts his opponent on an overpair to his 9s, he should be folding. He's made the call, and Sebastian is still in the pot with pocket 4s. Sebastian wants to know how many chips David Winters has behind his 15-7 call.
And there's, okay, 2 players.
What he wants to know is
All,
how much he
all in,
stands to
C4
make
covered.
above and beyond what's in the pot. Sebastian has folded. You can see that David Winters is disappointed. His 9s are up against kings. He's in deep trouble. See, David ask. He's asking Glenn, what did you do pre-flop? I can't remember. You just made the minimum raise. King on the flop. Rounding it off, that makes Glenn a 99.9% favorite. I've had a lot of great things to say in this whole tournament about David Winters' play, and even here he's got his chips in as a huge dog. He's been out-flopped. He's already moved on. He's asking Glenn, what were you doing? He's not. He's analyzing his own play right now. He's trying to improve already. That's the mark of a great player.
17-2.
He's not fuming about losing the hand. He's asking himself, how can I improve for the remainder of the tournament?
Here is your Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship leaderboard. In 5th place, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, too young to play in the United States, not too young to take a shot at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship, Shannon Shore with 93,200. In 4th place, another young man who's chosen professional poker over post-secondary, from Sweden, Sebastian Riviere with 103,100. In 3rd place, our only Canadian entry on the leaderboard, Toronto, David Matthew, 146,500. Long-distance information get me Clarksville, Tennessee, the hometown of Chris Cornell, in 2nd place, 160,900. In 1st place, leading the pack and making it fun for the rail, Troy Showtime Auto, 171,800.
We're getting down to the wire here, and the action is getting hotter, if you can believe it, here at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship.
Back to the action at the Party Poker Canadian Poker Championship. We're now in level 10 with blinds of 600 and 1,200, an ante of 200. At this table, there are 3,200 chips in the pot to start. There are 7 players at the table. You can see we have rotated the feature table. A different group now doing battle in front of our TV cameras. Pocket 10s. Those belong to Eric Baldwin, under the gun with his pocket 10s. He will make it 4,000 to go. Charlie Ficker, our Canadian. Charlie's a law student in Montreal. An easy fold. To Mike Hatch, who is desperately short-stacked. Mike is on the button. And Mike has pocket 9s. He's all in. He doesn't really have another play. You certainly can't fault him there. He's all in for 8,400.
Now that you're on TV, you don't...
Lothar folds. Folds back to Eric Baldwin, who only faces a 4,400 chip call into a pot of over 15,000. It's a pretty automatic call. And of course, in fact, he has dominated Mike Hatch. Eric about a 3-1 favorite to win this hand.
It's going to be 4,400.
Mike is another Canadian at this table. He's from Ottawa, 49-year-old, new to poker, only been playing for 9 months. This is his biggest ever tournament win. He's in real trouble now. Set of 10s for Eric Baldwin. Mike's biggest ever tournament win was this one. Getting here, he says. Hey, he's picked up outs on the turn. The king on the turn, he's got now any jack. He's got 4 outs. The dream is alive. The dream is dead. Mike Hatch eliminated. He's eliminated in 20th place. In the outer table, Glenn McGead has been eliminated in 19th place. Mike, where are you from, Mike?
I'm from Ottawa.
And you won your way here on Party?
I did.
And I'm guessing at your current feeling, you're burning and not thrilled, but hey, is there something good out of all this?
Yeah, I think probably, you know, I mean, I'm disappointed that I didn't, you know, do well or better, but this is my first live tournament, and I'm taking away a lot of good experience, so I'll be back.
Nice to meet you. Thanks very much. The button in seat 4 with Shannon Shore, small blind, Ray Sanchez in seat 5, and the big blind, Lothar Landauer in seat 6. King 10 of diamonds, and that's for Francis Wazinski, who under the gun limps in with his King 10 suited. Adrian folds, Jeff folds, Eric Baldwin in seat 1. folds. Troy